Good afternoon, Bhargav. It's Monday, the 26th of June. Here's the heads of brief for today. For the Southeast Asia production, we covered 19 issues. In North Asia, we covered 9, and for Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 8. In South Asia, we covered 21 issues, plus the major issues in Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Hey, Uday, thank you. Let's move on to the major issues today.
Right. In Indonesia, Islamist groups are protesting in Jakarta today, demanding the closure of a religious school. This is after the preacher at the school made some allegedly blasphemous comments.
So, as long as Jokowi and the political elite pay lip service to the Islamist sects, it's all well and good. When they come down to the streets and become disruptive, they need to act hard on them. So, let's see how this unfolds.
Yep. In Malaysia, the Kedah State Assembly will be dissolved on the 28th of June, and elections will be held later this year. Elections will be held for multiple states in Malaysia later this year.
All right, thank you.
And in the Philippines, at least 2 people died and 14 others were injured in a clash between government forces and supporters of a former vice mayor in the Sulu province on the weekend.
All right.
And um, moving over to South Asia, members of the Indian National Congress will hold a statewide demonstration in Karnataka tomorrow. The demonstration will be held to oppose the central government's inability to provide rice under a scheme. The Congress government had promised free rice to citizens of Karnataka, but it seems that the central government has intervened in the matter.
Well, we need to understand India as a federal government with different political parties coming into power in different states. And the recent victory of Congress was on the back of five guarantees, which included the free provision of grains to lower income families. So such lack of cohesion between the central government ruled by the BJP and the Congress was bound to happen, given that BJP does not believe in such freebies, quote unquote, as they call it. So it is unlikely to go beyond this. There will be frequent clashes between the state and the central government.
Right. And lastly, in Europe over the weekend, there was an attempted coup or a mutiny in Russia involving the Wagner Group, which came into Russian territory and was marching towards Moscow. The tensions have been diffused as the head of the Wagner Group will be moving to Belarus, and the Wagner mercenaries will also go there.
So this is a case of a volcano which fizzled out before erupting, and it will bode well for the Russian bloc to ensure that parallel power structures within their regime doesn't really exist and create trouble for the hierarchy within the government, especially Putin's. Now, this is the second time a ruler such as Putin, who rules with a heavy hand, has faced such a rebellion. The last time it was Bashir in Sudan, where his own creation of a parallel paramilitary force called Rapid Response Force rose up against him, and now it is opposing the army. Luckily for Russia, its military is vast. It's very powerful. Centralized control was able to tackle the entire scenario better than a third world country like Sudan. And now we'll have to see how the paramilitary force, that is Wagner Group, will conduct its operations in Ukraine, or if they will be involved at all.
Right. We'll keep an eye out on that, Bhargav. That's a heads up here for today. Anything else from you?
Nothing else from my end there. Thank you.